Hi everyone, it's me. I wanted to talk about my belief regarding why sometimes children stay in their parents' life and why some children do not. And this is just one aspect. And this may really hit home with a lot of people. And you may see this in your own family or even in your own family regarding your siblings and things like that if you've ever dealt with this situation. So, as I've talked about this before, um, I am currently not in, I do not currently have relationships with my children. And I have two adult daughters. They've both chosen to disconnect and move on with their lives and so on and so forth. And it's been going on for about 10 years. But I want to talk about the difference between healthy moms and moms that are not as healthy. And I'm talking about moms who may have chosen path of drug addiction or whatever the case may be, where you have moms that have become parents and you have moms that have become the child and the child becomes the parent. So in that situation, and I've seen this over and over, is when you have a woman who has children and the woman is either best friends with her kids or is dealing with a lot of issues regarding drugs, alcohol, etc., and the child has to step up and become the parent, there's a different dynamic to that relationship because you never really know. Because this is the thing, is the child, since they have become the parent, they never feel that they have the right to leave, because if they leave, mom will once again relapse. Just going to share a story. I have a friend who, was raised in a home, two parents, dad, work, mom, drug user, threatening to commit suicide every 6 months, and whatever the case. So he felt as if he was the parent and she was the child. And so he knew he'd get a call every 6 months saying that she was in the hospital or she was strung out or whatever. So he just knew that he had to be the caretaker and the parent. That's just the way it was. So when you have a child who has become the parent and the parent has become the child has this innate need to care for the parent, to make sure the parent's okay. Sometimes the parent lives with the child. Sometimes the child financially supports the parent, etc., etc. So that's when you have a child that normally will not leave the parent or disconnect from them. It's just the way it is. And that's the norm in some families. Or else you have families that are, who badger you and say, well, you can't leave your mom, you have to have a relationship with your mom, etc., etc. And you're like, well, sometimes you choose to not have a relationship with your mom after a while just because. But then when you have the case with me, Army vet, gave birth to my daughters, was married to their dad for like about 10 years before the divorce was final. I was abused by him for 10 years, and then I got married again, but I worked full time, had my home, took care of my girls primarily by myself, and my daughters didn't have to parent me. I was the mom, they were the children. I'm not saying we weren't friends, but they knew that I would take care of business. They knew that, I paid our bills. They knew they would have food on the table, whatever the case was. So in the case with me, my children didn't become the parent and I didn't become the child. I just was, ooh, sorry. I'm going to continue my video because I've already done about 5 minutes. I don't want to go back. So anyways, I bet it looked really funny when I sneezed though. So, anyways, so I'm a human being. I sneeze. That's just the way it is. So, anyways, when you have a mom like me and my friends, we raise our kids, we pay the bills, this and that, despite the other parent being involved or not. The child has not had to care for the parent in that aspect, so the child knows one day they can leave and the parent will be okay. That the parent will survive, that the parent will still get up and take care of themselves. So that's all I wanted to talk about, is that we don't understand why our kids leave. We don't understand why they disconnect, but there are two different psychological aspects to parenting. And when you have a child that has had to parent mom or dad, there is an unhealthy bond, unhealthy relationship, unhealthy aspect to everything regarding the fact the child feels he or she cannot leave mom or dad because mom or dad will probably die or be homeless or commit suicide or whatever the case is. It's just the way it is. So sometimes when your kids leave, they know that you're going to be okay. They're disconnecting for a time. They might come back, they might not, but just know that the greatest gift you can give yourself is to continue to take care of yourself. There's, to be kind to yourself, to be loving to yourself, to just wake up and for an hour, just, even if you just lay there or you read a book or take a walk, take care of yourself. There's nothing greater that you can do. And you know that your children do think about you. They do think about you. Even if they're negative thoughts, they do think about you. It's just the way it is. But I guarantee you, if you did raise your children and you did give them a home and you love them to the best of your ability, I'm pretty sure, when they dream and they dream about you, it may be something from their past that gives them, happiness or joy, or they might have a memory of when you two did something special. So just know that even if your child erases you from their life, doesn't mean you've been erased from their heart and their memory. It's not even possible when you've imprinted on someone and you've been ingrained into someone's life. Just know that even if there's negativity, there is positivity. You can't have one without the other. So that's all I know. Just want to talk about that. If your children have disconnected from you, know that in the back of your mind, you can think, well, they know I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to be okay. So that's all I know. I hope this video helps someone, and I hope everyone's having a great day. We'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.